Hi everyone, good morning. This is Coach Robert Valhagen. And in today's video, I want to give you a technology overview of Nuskin. Now, why Nuskin? Why do we want to build our network with Nuskin? So I've been talking with a lot of tech people, no, and right now, the new billionaires, the young rich people, are all people who have done very well with technology. Now there are people like me where I'm not very good in technology, but how do we take advantage of this sector? Let me share my screen, and then we will begin. Oops, sorry, that's for my tech group. Okay, so I want to go back to why are we struggling right now? Why is it that every single person that is employed is having a hard time? Okay, let's look at the statistics for the Philippines. No, this is the income class. It is considered if your household, not even just you, no, your household is earning 10,000 pesos a month, you're considered poor. Low income but not poor, 10,000 to 20,000. Lower middle, 20 to 40. Middle, 40 to 70. Upper middle, 70 to 130. Upper middle but not rich, 130 to 200. Rich is 200 and above. Yet, even those who are earning 200 will tell you they really do not feel rich. But in the scheme of things, in the Philippines, if you're earning about 200,000 a month, you're considered already rich. Now, when we see the people that we consider rich, those are actually ultra, super. They're not even in the 1%. They're in the 0.01 or something like that. Now, what do all of these people have in common? Jobs. They trade time for money. They work, sueldo. So we have been doing this for decades and decades and decades. And in the time of my father, God rest his soul, one person working was enough to support the family. My dad had a good job. He became CEO. One person working was enough to support, and he had six boys. So that's six sets of clothes, tuition, food, all that. We had a nice house. We grew up in a good village, nice, secure private village, country club, and all that. Sueldo, it was enough. But in his younger brother's time, one person working was not enough. He needed two people working. So the husband and the wife both had to work in order to make ends meet. Now, in my time, it's really practically impossible to earn enough. Now, people are wondering what options do we have? Now, before the pandemic, things were already hard enough. But now, if you're lucky enough to have a job, I mean, God bless you. But most people don't even have work now. So I tweeted the other day, work like it's 2021, not 2000, not 2011, not not 10 years ago, not 20 years ago, not 30 years ago. So I want to show you how the rich people did it before. No, so I used to work for this company, very good company, very good family. And what did they do? They created a broadcast network. So they have relay stations, and after the relay stations, it became satellites. And it was really just a way to get eyeballs. And that was the main secret of this company, eyeballs. um, Look at the network. No? So they have a main station, ABS-CBN. And then what is the end result? I mean, what is the end point of this? No, it's the TV, the television. So you're viewing the television and it's broadcasting from ABS-CBN. If only one person had a TV, would they make a lot of money? No. The point was to get a lot of TVs into as many households as you could, and then they broadcast. The wider the broadcast, the bigger the range, then the more money that they would make. Now, how do they make money? Advertisers. So that was that was my job for the longest time, to get advertisers to put their commercials in ABS. Now, where would they put it in? They would put it in high rating programs. The higher the rating, the higher the rate, no, the rate card, they call it, rate card. So right now, if you put one commercial in a primetime show in ABS-CBN, at least before they shut down, it was a 500,000 pesos. Now, who puts the money there? who puts the money there? It is the consumer products, Colgate, Unilever, companies like that. So the richest people build networks and then they monetize it. So they have the ABS-CBN television station. They broadcast. First, it was relay stations, and then eventually it became satellite, and then it became cable. And from what used to be just nationwide is now worldwide. So you have the Filipino channel worldwide. Now let's look at other networks. GMA7, the Jimenez family, very, very nice people. And then Philippine Daily Inquirer. What is the Inquirer in a month? The Inquirer, they manufacture a newspaper, just paper with words on it, right? Reporters. So the goal is for people to read this newspaper. They distribute it through a network of newspaper sellers worldwide. And how do they make money? Same, advertisers. So it's all about views. It's all about how many people read this newspaper, how many views do you get, and then the advertisers translate those views into sales. The more views you get, the more products you will sell. Now, where do they sell it? Where do they buy these products? Okay. So let's say I'm an Inquirer, I advertise Colgate, right? So I'm Colgate, I advertise in Inquirer, we see it, then I'm the viewer now. So the end result, ABS-CBN, it's a television station. In Inquirer, it's the newspaper. So now I see it. Now I want to buy the product. Where do I go? So I go to the supermarket. Okay. I go to the supermarket to buy the Colgate or Ayala Mall or Rustan's or Robinson's or Mercury. These guys naman, these families, what did they do? They created a network of retail outlets. Okay. Shoemart. I remember the first Shoemart I knew when I was a child was in Makati, in the Makati Commercial Center. There was a movie theater there where Shangri-La is now. It was the Rizal Theater, one of the first movie houses in the Philippines. There was a small building where we would go to buy our Greg shoes with the big buckle. And then I remember very clearly the sales ladies, no, on the microphone shouting, "Ah, ah, ah, ah," and then there's someone in the ceiling who would drop the shoes. No, that's the warehouse. Many people my age remember that experience. That was one of the very, very first shoe marts. So what it has become now, which is a network of malls, and in that malls you have the same shops, which is a network of retail outlets like Jollibee, like McDonald's, and the like, right? Every time you go to an SM, you see the same shops, no, Mercury, Watson's, like that. It's all a network in which they distribute products. So again, SM, Ayala Malls, Robinson's, Rustan, these are a network of retail outlets. Now, how is the world changing? Okay, let me explain. Wait, let me stop sharing the screen muna. Oops, wait. Let me stop share. How is the world changing? When I started Nuskin in 1998, the network with Nuskin was developed by word of mouth. Okay, we would literally call people on the telephone. We call people on the telephone, and then we sign them up. We fill up paperwork, yeah, fill it up. We submit it, and then on the counter they encode it. At that same time, also, Amazon started, and Amazon.com back then was a way for people to buy books on the internet, just books. They only sold books. And what they were trying to do was to bypass the bookstores. So back then we had National Bookstore, which again is in all the malls. So National Bookstore is just another network in which they distribute school supplies, books, and the like. Now, the internet changed the game. Okay, with Amazon, they mastered customer acquisition. When they got someone who bought a book, then they would recommend, okay, if you bought this book, you'll probably like these books. And then they start recommending, and what they gained here was customer data. They started to get customer information, and this information they would use to upsell. Now, they started to grow and grow and grow the network. It became very successful. What else happened? The internet started to grow and websites started to happen. Very, very important was the development of the iPhone. Okay, I'm using a Samsung. But I remember the iPhone, and then there's this thing that started to pop up, which didn't exist before, which was apps. Now the apps, okay, were a way for a regular entrepreneur to ride the network effect of the iPhone. So the iPhone was simply now, instead of the TV or the newspaper, this is now the end device. This is your connection to the consumer. Okay. So it used to be the TV, it used to be the newspaper. Now it's the cell phone. This is your endpoint. And instead of TVs worldwide, Apple started to put iPhones or the screens in front of millions and billions of people actually. Okay, so that's the end result. And instead of now TV programs, they had apps. So we look at all the different apps, and these made young people very, very rich. One of the youngest billionaires in the world was a Filipino guy who developed Snapchat. Then we look at the guys who developed WhatsApp. We look at the guys who developed in Instagram, YouTube. All of these were young tech people. They made a fortune. Now, there's a next stage. This is where we now enter the world of the tech entrepreneur. Okay. The internet was new. We're developing. The network effect is happening. People are getting connected. The eyeballs are now there. Speaking of eyeballs, I haven't canceled my Sky cable yet because they make it hard. But I haven't turned on my TV in months. I don't watch TV. It's all on the screen. YouTube, or even now ABS-CBN is online. No, we reached the next stage where now people are like, well, all the eyeballs are here. How do we monetize it? The advertising started to move online. Okay. So not only did the advertising move online, the sales moved online. So Amazon, they started with books, but once they had a network of customers, then they said, hey, we sold them a book. They like the book. Maybe now we'll sell them something more. No, before we knew it, everything is now being sold on Amazon. It started with books. They developed the customer network, and now everything's being sold on Amazon, physical things. Now, after physical things became digital things, which was movies, TV programs. We used to go to the movie house, watch it on the big screen, buy a ticket, go on the big screen to watch a movie. Now people won't do that anymore. They just pay for a subscription of Amazon Prime and watch everything there. So it was really about getting the consumer, building your network, monetizing that network. So Amazon started to destroy all the old distribution channels. So they destroyed the retail outlets. Now they destroyed the small ones. The big ones can still survive, but every day in my house, there's a package that comes from Shopee, Lazada. So people started to copy Amazon, and they did Shopee, Lazada, and all the shopping is there now. So much so that all the retailers have to have Shopee, Lazada, things like that in order to keep up. It's all about building your network of customers. Now, since the customers are there, it also created a new paradigm of people selling on Amazon, and that created the new entrepreneurs. No, so people made so much money promoting products on Amazon and selling on Amazon. And what's really dying is retail. The Philippines is a bit farther behind because our technology adoption is a bit slower, but in other markets, the retail outlets are really dying. In the US, the malls are being converted into apartments because they're empty. The malls are dying. Okay. So I'm trying to paint as clear a picture as I can. Now, the thing with the apps, it made a lot of people rich. And we reached the next stage where the apps became a conduit for the entrepreneurs to make money. And this is where we have things like Airbnb and Uber. So what did Airbnb and Uber do? Uber is an app which is downloaded by the drivers. No, the drivers are the entrepreneurs, and the app connects the driver to the customer. So there are two stages in Uber. There's the entrepreneur, the one who drives the car, okay, and then there's the customer. So the customer downloads the app to get the driver. The driver downloads the app to make money. So Uber what they did was they networked entrepreneurs worldwide, okay, worldwide, tens of thousands of drivers, and the app connects them to the end consumer, and it made it very, very convenient. No one really calls a taxi or uses a taxi anymore. So that's Uber, that is Grab. Okay, and then Grab, because they had the network, and once you have the network, then you can expand to other things. Then there became Grab Finance, Grab Food, Grab all that. It all is about how big a network have you built and are you monetizing that network, and you just cascade so many products through that network. We look at Airbnb. So Airbnb is an app, and it aggregated the homeowners or the property owners. These are the entrepreneurs, and these entrepreneurs downloaded the app so that they can make money, and then they connect to the consumers who use it to find a good place to stay. Okay, so this is where we are in now. But what is the limitation with all of those apps? The entrepreneur makes money, but the entrepreneur does not have network effect. Okay, only the people who made the apps have the network effect. The entrepreneur is limited by how many properties they have. Now, the Uber driver is limited by his one car. It takes a lot of money. So we are now moving into the next phase, and this is very exciting, which is what I will share now. Okay, now let me explain this. This is the toothpaste. Now let me show the traditional way. The traditional way is, here, let me just hide this. Here's the toothpaste, and this is you, the consumer. So the old way was, in order for you to know about the toothpaste, they hire a production company. Now, this is where the guys produce the commercials that you see, and this costs millions. They hire the ad agency to now place the commercials in the TV stations, which is where you see it. And now, for you to get the product, they hire a distributor to send it to the retail outlets, and that's where you buy the product. All of this, excuse me, all of this costs about 80% of the value of the product. Excuse me one more time. Sorry. All right. So if a toothpaste costs 100 pesos, it only actually is worth about 20 pesos, and the 80 pesos goes to all of these people. And the production company, the advertising agency, the TV station, the distributors, the retail outlets, all get rich. Now, these are the families that we know, the richest families in the Philippines, right? Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to put you in the middle here now. So what do? This is you, okay? And you are now the advertiser. Simply by using Facebook, we bypass. Now, we are the ones who create the awareness. And then with Nuskin, we ship straight to the customer. So we bypass all of these guys, and we're creating the new generation of billionaires in the Philippines. No, 55% of the cost of the toothpaste goes to commissions, right? The 45% goes to manufacturing and maintaining Nuskin's overhead. So we look at, oh gosh, excuse me. Sorry about that. Hang on. One more. So we look at Instagram, the most valuable photo company, sells no cameras. Uber, the world's largest taxi company, owns no vehicles. Airbnb, the largest accommodation provider, owns no real estate. And Alibaba, Netflix, Facebook, you get the picture. All right. Now this leads us to Nuskin. Okay, hang on. Let me stop sharing screen. So why Nuskin now? Okay, Nuskin is the pinnacle of this trend. Now, Nuskin is the apex for us individuals, because Nuskin can do everything. It allows us to start with no money out. We don't have to have a house. We don't have to have a condo. We don't have to have a car to do Uber. Okay, we don't even need to have inventory. So Nuskin is the apex. The second thing it can do is we can be an entrepreneur. So we download the Nuskin app. Okay, we download the app. Same. You sign up for free, and so now Nuskin allows us to connect, to be an entrepreneur, and then we drop ship to customers, and we can get customers all over the world. Now we're open in 50 markets. The main difference, guys, is that you can have network effect and you cannot have that with the other. So as the tech entrepreneur, we can connect other tech entrepreneurs and you get the network effect, which you cannot get with any other app. Now we look at some of the richest tech entrepreneurs with YouTube, right? So Joe Rogan partnered with YouTube. He developed his network there, right? His network of viewers, and he gets paid millions every month. But the viewers cannot get other viewers and get paid on that. Now we look at Instagram, okay? We look at some of the popular artists in the Philippines, or one of my favorites is Kim Kardashian. Whenever she posts on Instagram, she gets paid $1 million because of her tens of millions of followers, no? So she partnered with Instagram and then the companies use her, the eyeballs. Remember, it's all about the eyeballs. When they use her network, then she makes millions of dollars. But if you help Kim Kardashian get followers, you don't get anything. But Nuskin, once you sign in and you help get people and those people get people, then everybody earns. All right. So Nuskin is actually the apex. It is the perfect end result. We are so far ahead in terms of being a tech entrepreneur because we actually get paid on the network effect. All right, let me continue to share screen. So who is Nuskin? Let me explain who Nuskin is. Okay, Nuskin is a company that's listed on the New York Stock Exchange. That's very important because that shows that it is legit and it is audited by some of the top auditing companies in the world. Now, we've been around for 37 years, meaning it is here for the long term. We're a member of the Direct Sellers Association of the Philippines. The DSAP is the self-regulating body of our industry. If you are a member of the DSAP, you're a legit company. We ranked number 6 in the world in terms of global sales. Last year, we did 2.5 billion in sales, and we're open in 50 plus markets. So just like the other tech apps, we're actually global. But with the other tech apps, you cannot get paid on what people do globally. Now look at where we're at. No, so here, this is our first bunch of years with Nuskin. So they started in 1984 in the USA and they started expanding globally. Okay. And now we're open in 50 plus markets. What this means is you could have a customer in Malaysia, sign them up online, whatever they buy, you get paid. You could have a customer in Sweden, they sign up, you get paid. You could have a customer in the UK, they sign up, you get paid on whatever they buy. Or you could aggregate entrepreneurs all over the world from all of these countries and they develop their consumer base and you will get paid. Okay. So how do we earn? You sign up for free, you buy what you like for yourself. And when you sign up other people, you get cash back from your customers or entrepreneurs' orders. When you develop a team, you get 5% to 40% on your team. And this is where people earn anywhere from 20,000 to 500,000. Now, if your team members decide to create their own teams, you get 5% on those teams, and we pay up to 6 levels of teams. Okay. As of May 2021, Nuskin has created 1,584 millionaires. 1,252 have earned $1 million. 175 have earned $5 million. 107 have earned $10 million, and 50 have earned $20 million. Okay, so I am not smart enough to make my own app. I am not smart enough to really be a tech person. But what can I do? I can brush my teeth every day and I can recruit other people, sign them up. And when they brush their teeth, you make money. All right. That's a little quick overview.